What if the secret to a perfectly packed suitcase wasn't what you packed, but how and where you packed, along with getting more outfit combinations into this tiny carry-on than you could possibly wear in one trip? Today, I am doing that packing experiment, and I'm bringing you along with me on this next trip. Today's packing hack video is applying the Sudoku Grid method to my carry-on suitcase. Don't go away, because there are two different combinations you can use this grid to pack a carry-on suitcase. And I'm going to go into both of those today. So let's fly into it. I'm mapping my carry-on suitcase in a 9-square Sudoku grid in two different ways. One would be you could pack it to balance weight and accessibility. Two, you can use it to get multiple outfit combinations in one trip with very few items. This packing hack is going to give your suitcase every square inch of it filled with all of the outfits plus extra that you could possibly wear on one trip. And it's going to be neatly organized, so when you open it up at your destination, or if you have to open it up in the airport to pull something out, it's not going to be an explosion of everything inside. 99% of my trip pack in a carry-on suitcase and a personal item only. I have to use every piece of space inside both of these bags to get everything I want. And we have gone on multiple 10-day to 14-day trips in just these two items. Also, my packing cubes. With my past packing videos that I've shown before, I'm kind of a multi-use packer where I will use packing cubes along with the rolling and folding method. This time, when you are experimenting with me, this is a whole new packing hack that I'm excited to try for this upcoming trip. Let's get packing. I laid everything out on the bed, and I just used some painter's tape to give you a visual of how we're gonna set up this 9-square grid. And then we're gonna put it all into the suitcase in relatively the same way. Here is my Level 8 suitcase that I'm gonna take on this trip, and it is a top open, not my half and half open suitcase. Pretty deep down in there. The first piece to the Sudoku packing method is weight and balance. And with that, in that middle bottom square right here are going to be the heaviest piece. For me on this trip, it's going to be a pair of sneakers. However, if you are doing hiking boots or Chelsea boots, those are going to be heavily weighted in that bottom middle square. Those go in first because you're not going to access those shoes mid-trip until you get to your destination. Those are going to be at the bottom. Everything, as we know, trips to the bottom once we start tipping it up and using the wheels. So my shoes obviously aren't going into packing cubes. I use just shower caps that you can pick up at the dollar store, and then stuffed my socks in to each of the shoes for the trip. And then I'm going to use my packing cube set. When you're looking for packing cubes, things to think about are: one, you want the see-through mesh so that you know you can see everything that you're packing. And once you get there, in case you're like me and your memory lapses, you want to know what you've got. It's also nice that these are my Nomad Lane packing cubes. They have some stability to them, and they can become compression cubes. So I can unzip all the way around if I need to and make it larger. The next piece on the weighted portion of that grid is any of the heavier pieces. So that's going to be your denim, heavy sweaters if you're in the winter, jackets and you pack those. Those are going to go in the bottom outside corners. Those are more sturdy and not like your silks, cashmeres, delicates, things like that we're going to use in this middle section. The middle section is our delicates, linen tops, lighter t-shirts. That's going to go in this middle section of the grid. And then in the top section is going to be either your delicate type accessories or your quick access or high frequency grab items. If you are asked to take out your toiletries, those are going to go up here in that top corner that you would unzip first, and you could just grab that out at the top, zip it back up, nothing else falls out because these are sitting right up here in that corner. The other thing would be if you pack your tech inside there, that is also going to be along one of these top quadrants. If it doesn't fit here in that first opening, then it goes in the middle square. So again, you only have to unzip that small portion to pull all of those out if you need to in security. I keep my liquids, dried toiletries, and my tech bag all in my personal item bag because I have to sometimes last minute check my suitcase and I don't like opening it up to pull those out. Some people, I see it all the time in the airports, not a big deal to them. And that's why in that top corner is where you would keep all of these. So it's a quick access and you're not spilling out your whole suitcase in the middle of the airport. Also, documents, anything of importance, whether it be your reservations, if you do that on paper, passport, that can also go in that corner. Just again, make sure that you grab those if you have to check your bag and it's out of your possession at the last minute. You have space inside your carry-on or your personal item bag so that you can drop those there instead and it doesn't go down in the belly of the plane. That is option number 1 in the Sudoku packing grid. I want to use this more for the option 2 in the efficiency and getting all of my outfit combinations into my suitcase. So this is where everything shines. If you're more on weighted and you want to make sure everything's balanced in there, that's how we balance with the grid along with your outfits. For me, it's more of, I don't usually get into my suitcase mid-trip. I want to make sure that I get plenty of combinations, which with this Sudoku grid method, I can get over 20 outfit combinations for one trip. This is where the magic is on this packing hack for me. Let me show you how I do it. Here is my packing grid that I set up on the guest bed with each of the grids marked out so that you can see how I set up all my outfits. You can see how I put together here this little quick grid that you can use also. I'll put it in the descriptions. You can download it if you want. This helps you so that you can do multiple layers. You go across, you can go down, you can even go diagonal and put all of those together in a different outfit for a different day. When you add in scarves of different shapes, small square, large square, this is more of a tapered necktie. I am a scarf fanatic. I have a few. I also have a couple videos to style different ways of the scarves. I can put those links to those videos below. They take up very little space and they're going to change up any of those outfit combinations that I make. Scarves. I'm taking 3 pairs of denim on this trip. Light, dark, my all-time favorite, my sweatpant jeans, but they still have pockets in them, elastic waist, faux pockets in the back. Oh, so comfy, so comfy. And they're like a terry cloth. They don't take up hardly any space, not a lot of bulk. These are going to be rolled up and put in this bottom corner of our grid. And I've never put my denim into a packing cube. For some reason, for me, it always works out better, either rolling them or simply folding them on top. This time I'm just going to tuck both of those into our bottom quadrants. And then how I'm adapting this, all of those tops that you saw on my grid are put into my packing cube. That's going to go right down the center here. I'm going to take up that middle and that top with this packing cube. That gives me that sturdiness right down the middle of my suitcase. Next sideways I have are my undergarments and scarves I put into my long packing cube like that, which is going to slide in just like that. You could also leave the scarves out and kind of tuck them. As you can see here, there's a little bit of gap. I run short on space. I can fill those gaps with my scarf and my ball cap instead of putting them in my cube. But this trip, it's working out that they're all going to slide in here perfectly. Other piece that you saw on that grid was my cashmere sweater, which is a little bulkier. I've got a spot right here for her. Boom. Now that leaves the belt that I want to take. And that is all cozied up right down there with my shoes. My jacket, I'm not sure if I want to wear this the day of or if I want to pack it. So for right now, to kind of show you how all this works seamlessly, I'm going to pack it. This is again another piece to tuck. The bill of that right in there. Then jacket on top. I put chargers, things like that in there. Close her up. Oops, I almost forgot. Pack my laundry bag. This cool little gadget comes in the set. I can pack my undergarments, socks, things like that in here going, but coming home, this little slick water resistant type, it could go all the way through to the other end. It's a big hole. Becomes for my dirties. Everything that I did wear would go in here, cinch it up, lay that on top with the dirties separate from the clean, neatly across the top. Now we're all packed up. I like to pack my tech bag with portable charger that I might need in flight, cords, chargers, goes on one side. This I'm using for dry toiletry pieces this trip. My portable lint roller, eye patches, wipes, that goes in that little pocket, neatly organized. And then toiletry makeup is going to go in here. Makeup brushes, laptop, travel scarf. And that's about it for this trip. It's going to be a little lighter. Everything packed in its place when it is strolling down the jet bridge. Everything falls down. Heaviest down here. The middle's well protected, and the top would be my easy access if I needed it. Sudoku puzzles are good brain exercises, but it turns out they're also pretty cool for your packing game too. I'm Andrea, that pilot wife lady, here each week to give travel tips, packing tips, solo travel, everything travel related, so that you can travel well, travel light, and travel in your own kind of style. Thanks for being here today, and I hope to see you back here next week. Happy travels. Maximum what? Maximum purpose? No, maximum strength. No. Maximum purpose. Why can't I say that word? With this blah, 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 blah.